Uno mas.
Hello there, stragglers.
What is up? Welcome back to some more Animal Crossing New Horizons. It is October 2nd. Happy World's Farm Animals Day. Bring your Bible to school day. International International Day of Non-Violence. Anyways, happy Michelle Day. And National Michelle Day. Or as, you know, the Raymers like to say nowadays, Michael Day. National Name Your Car Day. National Custodian Day. Ancestors Day, again. I thought that was National Fried Scallops Day. And that is it for October. 2nd. October 2nd. Hell yeah. Anyways, we gotta talk about all these brainwashed liberal faggots in the media. I'm quoting his dad, by the way. He said something like that.
No, yeah, that was verbatim.
Yeah.
This is why I made a post when the CK stuff happened, and I was trying to be as because I have everyone on both sides, so I wanted to be as neutral as possible.
Right.
And I know who he was, and
Yeah, he popped up my Twitter feed a lot.
And the only time clips I've seen of him was him getting absolutely dunked on, though.
Yeah.
But I just know what he stood for, some of the things he believed in. I knew he was a Christian nationalist, and I don't like Christian nationalism, at all. It is just so toxic and just twisting the word of God to be hateful in Christ. And anyway, so when I just vented my frustrations with everything that has been going on in the past few months, and just being like, I've been trying to be quiet because I know I wanted to, I didn't want to start anything. And even though it wasn't directly at me, a few days, I remember people on, the left who are so yeah, if you say, political violence isn't okay, that's just white privilege talking. I'm like, oh my fucking god. If you're, asking for, violence to stop, it's just, white privilege, and I'm like, what?
What does that even mean?
Because they were because you're white, that's, you didn't need to, resolve things without violence, and it's like, what?
Okay, pretty sure that's not true at all in any way, but okay.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, okay.
So be it. So did someone you know say that?
They might have shared something along the lines of that, and so when I made my post, I put in the comment that I put a comment to add, and I just said, hey, to all the people who are, I was mostly talking about people on the left. I was like, hey, my silence isn't me trying to ignore. I'm hearing what you post, and I'm support, I hear your voice, I'm here, but it's just I don't like talking about these things in public because I have parents who are deeply right-wing that would throw me the fuck out if I spoke any left-leaning. It sounded
Right.
anything remotely left. So that's why I just don't, because I probably talked about this story before, but I remember in high school, I posted something about abortion, and I did not hear the end of it when my mom got home from work. She cussed me the fuck out, and she made me watch a documentary about abortion, and I had to watch the whole process of an abortion happening. And
Was it hot?
I will never forget her saying that, you know, people who do abortions, it's not always just the rape victims and the incest. It's always the mothers who are just lazy and don't want kids. I'm like, oh my fucking god.
Okay, but does that... well, I mean, I don't think you could have just, like, anybody could have used the same response to, well, it's just not all the lazy women who don't want children, it could be the rape victims, you know? Just,
So that's why I'm like, yeah, I and there is someone we know that I do want to, like, talk to them about this shit and just being like, hey, like, I want you to know that I'm, like, I'm not trying to, if I, like, don't post anything about, like, what's going on in the world, I want you to know that, like, I'm not allowed to.
I already know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Already.
Like, I have to be neutral on this, on everything, because it's like, if I post anything that's more an either or, I know I'm gonna get shit for it.
Yeah.
Even when I posted that, I was still, like, nervous, being like, oh my god, someone's gonna get mad at this. I might have gotten unfriended over it, but I don't remember my friend count, but like I said, I wanted to be neutral, and I just said, like, and I'm like, you guys gotta fucking stop, like, and I also hate when this was still going on too. Everyone was dunking on centrists, being like, if you say, like, you think both sides are bad, you're just a closeted right winger. It's like, no, that's not how it works.
Yeah. I consider myself kind of as a centrist.
Yeah, it's either, like, I've heard that
But...
it's like, either if you're a centrist, you're either a closeted right winger, or you just think you're, like, better than everyone. And it's like, that's not.
I don't think I'm better than
Yeah.
anyone. I just feel like I'm open-minded to whatever.
You're I'm more of, like, team, like, free thinker, think for yourself.
Yeah. It's not even that, like, I don't know,
I believe in the nuance of things.
I don't like either. I don't know.
No.
I like ideologies of both parties, but I really don't like, other ideologies of both parties as well.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just it. That's all it is. I don't have secret racism. Unless it's against Indians, but that's about it.
Yeah, and mostly even though I was writing one out, it was just with CK was just, I wanted to also, because I saw a lot of shit on mainly on the right, that when they bring up history and they kind of try to twist it, that pisses me off.
Yeah.
And I remember there was this one content creator who was on the right. She was, like, talking about, and it's this topic that always gets my blood boiling. She's like, oh, there was no party switch. The Democrats have always been this evil and racist. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
And we're just gonna ignore the history? Forever?
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool.
And I so badly wanted to comment, like, because she was like, there was no big switch in the 60s. It was just all things that the liberals made up. And I wanted to be like, no, you're both wrong. They switched all the fucking time.
Yeah.
You can literally Google the timeline of the political system. You'll see like a fucking helix of them going back and forth.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not that simple. You can watch the Mr. Beat video about it.
Yeah.
And it's just not you can't simplify that concept of the party systems, because they were always fucking going in loops around each other.
Yeah.
It's like you're both wrong. They have changed, but there was no big change in the 60s. Like they were just constantly like a. I mean, it's just, and it just was always like, it's always with the right, just always being so proud of being like, we're the party of Lincoln, and I'm like, you guys would call him a woke liberal today, like
Yeah.
shut the fuck up. And he was and he was a moderate too, by the way. But you guys would call him a woke liberal, and when John Wilkes Booth shot him, you guys would have been like, we got him.
The evil's defeated. America will win once again.
Oh yeah, and then I saw the people comparing the CK shooter to John Wilkes Booth. I'm like, oh my fucking god.
Well, yeah, that's just a standard fucking.
Yeah, I will show you a screenshot I pulled from the comments. I will read. It was, I'm like, the right were so quick to meme when that shit happened. It was insane. They were so quick. And there was a picture of John Wilkes Booth, and they're like, every time the Democrats don't get their way, they get dangerous. And I'm like, Booth wasn't even a fucking Democrat. He was a Confederate sympathizer and a nut job.
Yeah.
It wasn't, and it's like, you guys like not know our history. Like, you guys know that it was a whole conspiracy. They literally were going after Andrew Johnson too, who was a Democrat. So it wasn't
You know, there's like another kind of meme going around of like, these guys were silenced by words.
Oh,
and
was
it
it that
showed like
CK,
JFK.
Abraham Lincoln,
Yeah.
MLK. Oh my, I'm like, no.
JFK
No.
in there as well. It's like he was a Democrat, just so you guys know. Like he was a Democrat. This does not help your motive at all in any way. So I don't know what you guys are trying to get at. Not gonna lie. It's so tone deaf. It's like, did they think JFK was a Republican just because like RFK is? Like, it's brutal. I can't stand sharing the same country as these mouth beaters.
Oh my god, it's like,
It's so scary.
like, you cannot compare CK to Lincoln. Like, you just can't. Like,
Yeah,
you can't.
and like,
Lincoln got shot because he implied he was gonna give black people citizenship and the right to vote. Like, it's, and the guy had a fucking meltdown over it.
yeah,
Well, there's the candy.
Yeah.
And the start for pumpkins.
I'll get that stuff soon. Fuck, what was I gonna say?
It's like, you guys can be all political all you want, but once you start like trying to change history to fit your narrative, I'm just like, no. Because I am a history guy, so it's like, I take offense to that.
Yeah.
When you try to like twist it to be, the Democrats have always been the same. They've always been the evil ones. We've been the good guys the whole time, and it's like,
Just something that's also been really bothersome is how they are like making Jesus Christ edits of CK going up to heaven and just hugging God.
I don't even want to get started on Christ. Like,
It's like, what? Huh?
I will have to find it, but I've talked about this many times, but I remember back in 2021, saw a content creator stitching a video about all those Trump Christ edits, and one of them, they did Charles Manson as Jesus, and I'm like, I don't understand how you Christians don't think that's the most blasphemous thing you could fucking do.
Yeah.
And that, I have to find it, and I just, that will always bother me. Like, you made Charles Manson probably one of the most sadistic cult leaders into Jesus. How do you think that's okay? Did you just look up guy with a beard?
Uh-huh.
And they didn't see the swastika tattoo, and they were like, that's okay.
Yeah, that's cool. It's like the jokes write themselves.
I just with the right makes me like lose my, not like fully, but like I don't like agree with the church anymore. I'm like, it's like I just don't understand how this whole thing that we're following the teachings of Christ are being the most hateful people I have ever seen. It just boggles me. You know, and I remember I saw a comment that was like, this one also really, someone on MAGA was just like, they were like, we wouldn't do anything to Jesus. Jesus never broke the law. And I'm like, why do you think it was freaking crucified? He broke the law. His teachings were rebellious. Are you kidding me? I remember, I just love that one post that being like, man, you MAGA guys, you guys would have crucified him.
Yeah. If Jesus was alive, bro. Remember that Mike Kakiko Boing Boing guy?
Yeah.
He did a post of like Jesus if he was alive today, like Jesus if like MAGA met him today, and it was just like a picture of him hanging himself as a Jesus. And like the entire MAGA got so angry, like, don't you dare say this! We would never! It's like, yes, you would. You would totally treat Jesus like that if he was alive today.
Yup. You guys would not want to crucify the foreign guy who was empathetic, who said to love your neighbor and be kind to the enemy.
Yeah.
That's why last night I was on my reels. There was this YouTuber, one of this YouTubers guys' videos popped up, who was talking about and I was having this like kind of epiphany, and I'm like, oh shit. And he was talking about there is this kind of they don't exist today, but there used to be back in the day before the church kind of kicked them out of everything. But there is this belief, and there's several different beliefs of well, first of all, in the Bible they do explain that there are multiple gods in the Bible, but the one that we are told to follow is the one that's like above all of them. But there's like a few like smaller deities and stuff. So
yeah.
But there is I think it's called like Gnosticism or something like that, and that is the belief that and it was this belief that the God in the Old Testament, and the one that was like doing all the messed up stuff, and the one with Jesus that was like kind loving, were actually two different deities. And when I was watching that, and there's some like lost like gospels about that are like they don't want to canon them or whatever. But there was this whole thing, and that got me thinking, like, they might be onto something here. Like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, and then
You think there's like very negative gospels that were like passed down secretly throughout
but
the years?
so like so the whole there was some like lost gospel. There was like one lost gospel that particular that was like about like Judas and like Jesus kind of confessing to him that like, yeah, these guys are worshiping a false god, but you know the one I follow, who's, you know, the one that's benevolent, and like, but they're following the malevolent one. And I'm like, is this the right now? Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, then I'm like, yeah, because I honestly, when I think with like, and this is just another thing I'm like, that it's just, I have such a disagreement with it. It's just like, why, if it's all about like love, empathy and stuff, is like, why do they use fear so much?
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, it's like, if you do this, if you sin, you're gonna go to hell. You don't want that, do you?
You need a, if you don't have a relationship with God, you're gonna be cast in fire. I'm like, that's not what something empathetic would do.
Yeah. Yeah, it is very backwards.
And
entirely.
That. So, like, now I'm just like, well, first of all, my main thing is I am. So, yeah, so I've been doing a lot of thinking about belief, and I did realize that I could be incorrect of what this is called, but I am, first of all, I definitely am like, what was it? It's like monotheistic evolution, which is basically you believe in, like, you do believe in, like, you believe in God, but you also believe in science as well. That just God did science, because I do believe in science. And like the miracles of science, I do believe in like evolution and stuff. So, but it's just like, now it's just like,
oh hey, it's the state CK got killed in.
oh, cute. And it's like, now it's just like, yeah, I do believe in a God, but I don't know which one, because it's like, but if I do, I want to believe in the benevolent one.
Yeah.
And I forgot. I'll.
You want to talk about it more next episode?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up her name. She's.
Alright, pull up her name and we'll end the episode.
Yeah, this was all I was, because like every time, and I'm like one of those people like nowadays that's like, if I'm like, every time I was watching that guy's video, it was a really good video, by the way. Like, I'd recommend it, but I was always just Googling stuff just to be like, all right, there's gotta be some source to this. I'm like, oh wow, there actually, like, there's like also like there's like, well, this isn't her name, but there's like the Cathars, and they believe that humans are actually like fallen angels who are like they a lot of those like these like believe that there's like one bad god and one good god. Is they believe that hell, well, Earth is hell, and we're just trapped in it, and that, like, the malevolent God made Earth to be, like, a prison. And it's like...
I believe that.
Well, that's not the name of, it starts with a B, but I gotta... Oh, yep. Barbelo. They think she's like they also call her the Divine Mother. She's often, but she's both like masculine and feminine, and they think she's like the like the one that Jesus was, the one that sent Jesus, essentially, and that instead of because in like the Bible they talk like that Jesus did not want to like get rid of the Old Testament, but in Gnostic they believe that yeah, Jesus was here to get rid of all of it. That he wasn't here to be like, I'm not here to change the law, but in Gnosticism they're like, yeah, Jesus came to tear down the evil teachings of the malevolent.
Yeah.
So it was just such a fascinating video, and I had no idea about any of this. And so yeah, next time I hear one of my family members talking about theology, I'm just gonna be like, well, if they bring up like, oh, there's only one true God or whatever, I'm just gonna be like, well, first of all, there was multiple gods in the Bible, and secondly, you can believe in Gnosticism, which is the fact that there's two divine beings, one good, one evil, and they believe that the one that was sent by Jesus was the good one.
Yeah. So is that what you've been doing this past week?
This was last night.
Alright, well, this past week I've been generating an AI pwn of Kitty Cat's from Tough Puppy.